Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis. And just in right before U.S. markets open, Grayscale sends another 14,000 Bitcoin to Coinbase, which could be explaining this current sell-off. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser, more than half of Wall Street brokers and banks are blocking purchases of any Bitcoin ETFs. This has pushed the new all-time highs for Bitcoin back a couple of weeks. As predicted, incumbents are not going peacefully into that good night. Damn the tuxedos, full speed ahead. Preach. Also in today's show, spot Bitcoin ETF scoop up another 10,600 Bitcoin on day 5. We'll also be discussing Gary Gensler approved the ETFs, but now he is striking back, as well as breaking news. Tether now is holding at least $2.8 billion in Bitcoin as Bitcoin accumulation spree continues. Also, Bitcoin instantly tops silver in the ETF market and trails only gold amongst commodities, and not long before we eclipse the precious metal. Also in today's show, I'll be discussing Fidelity. Bitcoin ETF joins the $1 billion club alongside BlackRock, which means they both now hold over 25,000 BTC in like a week. Let that sink in. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market family. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. So welcome, crypto fam. What it do? We're currently correcting. Bitcoin down another over 1,700 for the day. We just eclipsed under 41,000, trading at 40,900. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. First and foremost, let me know if the stream is loud, clear, and smooth. I know I'm streaming extra early today. It's only 10 a.m. Eastern because I had to switch up the schedule. Tomorrow we'll be back to our normal time of 3 p.m. Eastern, but I know today we're extra early. What's good, Quinn? Good to see you, family. Sandman in the building. I was at church before the church doors open. Preach. I appreciate you tuning in, fam. One House Productions, liked. I appreciate it. Where's the love button? Just smash the like button as many times as you could. We appreciate that. Good morning, says James. Good morning, brother. Enjoying coffee and your vibe. That's what's up. Good morning, Rachel. Always a pleasure, sister. Good to see ya. What's good, Quinn? 38,000 today. Very possible. We'll see how low this correction goes. Massive sell-off. Grayscale just transferred 14,000 biddies to Coinbase. So you know what that means. Yes, the dumpage likely to continue. We'll see how low we go, though. Only time will tell. You know what I mean? Yeah. Welcome everyone just joining the stream. Be sure to pump the likes to pump the stream. I greatly appreciate that. It's only 10 a.m. here. And so there's not a lot of news out. The markets are just now opening right now. What's up, guys? Brandon Clark. Good to see you, broski. What happened, bro? We go in 36, 38. It's very possible before scaling to 50 Gs, we may touch 38. I don't know how much lower below that is possible, but we'll soon find out. 40 will hold 50,000 by the halving, says Quinn. Keeping in mind the halving is only 90 days out, 3 months, scheduled to take place in April, which is going to be the biggest event in Bitcoin for the past 4 years, like it is every 4 years, right? Waiting for 35, says Crypto Voodoo. I see ya. I see ya. How many of you have been taking advantage of this dip? Let's keep in mind a week ago, we were at 49,000. So you got like an $8,000 to $9,000 discount from the local top for the past 22 months. Take advantage of it because these dips do not last long when we're in bull markets, and it is the year of the halving, so keep that in mind. Gato Negro, saludos from Panama. Buy the dip, BTFD family. I appreciate ya. Waiting for 35. DCA, wonderful. Bye, 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 says Eugene White. Yes, man. I mean, a great opportunity to stack sats on the low before we go parabolic. When Bitcoin is 50 Gs, what will the ETH be? What is ETH right now? Is it still roughly 2,400? Let me see. Ether's at 2,480 at the time of the stream. So my guess is when Bitcoin hits 50, maybe Ether will be, I don't know, 27, 2,800 in that ballpark. I do think when Bitcoin hits 100,000, Ether can very realistically scale to maybe 10,000 per coin. potentially higher. We shall see. What do you guys think? Ben Y says, bought the dip yesterday. That's what's up. Dump it. I want more. Smart family. I did buy tons of miners puts. Building funds to buy that dip in a bit, says the Dusty Hunt. Word up. What miners are we talking about? So yeah, what do you guys think? Here we go. Glad to catch you live. I appreciate you tuning in live, Sharon. Let me know where you're tuning in from. This is a live pod each and every day. We're typically live later on in the afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern, but today I had to do things a little earlier because I picked my daughter up from school in a little bit. Bitcoin price will appreciate organically. We don't need the ETF. Preach. Tell them we've never needed an ETF, but the institutional FOMO is real. Bought 1,000 of Bitcoin in the last 2 days. Congratulations, Jersey Bean. Love to hear that. Stack and stats. Yeah, we shall see. MARA mostly, Marathon Digital for puts. That's what's up, Dusty Hunt. How long have you been bullish on the miners, and when did you start investing in them? Let me know as well. I know last year miners had a hell of a year, and some of them up over 1,000%. Marathon, Florida Keys, that's what's up. Shout out Sharon. We appreciate you tuning in to the live stream, family. Much love, much respect. What up, Brandon Clark? Stock Passports, what up, guys? Good to see you. Boise, Idaho in the building. Shout out to John. Appreciate you tuning into the live stream. Good morning. It's cool. We're seeing a different audience that we typically don't tap into. I see some unfamiliar names, which is always good because we switched up the time. Typically, we're streaming much later. So I know a lot of the folks who are typically tuned in are probably still sleeping, especially those on the West Coast. What up, Sandman? Is that Canada in the building, eh? Appreciate you tuning into the stream. A lot of excitement in the markets. I mean, we're dumping right now, clearly. Grayscale just offloaded 14,000 BTC. Right before I went live, I caught the news. So we're going to be breaking all this down. ETF is just more buying pressure. Easier to have your 401k take your money than DCA Bitcoin every week, says Quinn. Is this live, says Nas? 100% family. We're live each and every day, fam. That's 100. Flying Tiger, welcome, family. Cherry Young, always a pleasure. Good to see familiar faces in the building. Much love, much respect. We're live bright and early today. There's a lot going on in the market. You can see the price dumping right now. I'm going to be sharing why that is. So without further ado, family, if you're new to the channel, be sure to smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. Also, be sure to smash the like and hit the bell icon, as that helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Today is January 19th, 2024. I'm your host, JV, and yeah, interesting day. This is pod episode number 1527. The market is currently dropping. We're currently hovering at 40,800. So let's check out our market watch and check out the markets. You can see Bitcoin down almost 4% on the day. On Coin360, still hovering above 41,000, but on some of the exchanges like Coinbase, I think we're already in the 40,000 range. Once again, we have Ether pulling back, maintaining just under 2,500. Solana, one of the top losers, down 7%, trading at 92 bucks, with virtually all the major alts correcting and in the red. They say when in doubt, zoom out. So checking out on the monthly, you can see Bitcoin down 3% on the month. Ether is still up 13.5% on the month. BNB up 23%, and Solana up 26.5%. As XRP is down 10% and Cardano down 15%. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the current crypto market cap is currently dropping at 1.62 trillion, with roughly 64 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance also dropping. It's currently 49.5%. Yesterday it was 49.7%. And the Ether dominance is currently at 18.3%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours, virtually nothing in the green. We just got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the top 100 coins actually in the green, which include Flare, Litecoin, Decentraland, and a stable coin, because virtually, like I said, everything is correcting and in the red. And checking out crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective, it's a bloodbath. Virtually everything in the red. Like I said, less than a handful of cryptos in the top 100 actually in the green. And zooming out on the monthly, to get a 30-day perspective. You can still see some massive gainers, but overall, I would say the majority are back in the red. We do have some major gainers though. Hex up 103%, EHEX 89%, SU 72%, SAY 97%, and PLS 147%. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're finally back neutral, a 51 rating. Yesterday, a 63 greed. Last week, a 71 in greed. And last month, a 74 in greed. So there you have it, my crypto fam. How low do you think the Bitcoin price action is likely to go on this dip? Holla at your boy. Sup, JV? Did you already give away the memberships? Oh, snap. Thanks for the reminder. I can do that right now. Why not? Give me a second. Yesterday, we gave out 5 memberships of the channel, and I promised to give away 5 more today. Thanks for the reminder. I'm going to go do that now. Give me a second. I'm going to open up YouTube. I should be able to do it from my computer here. Yeah, I found out as a creator, I can gift 10 memberships per month. So we gifted 5 last night on the premiere, and I'm planning on giving away 5 right now. So make some noise in the live chat if you'd like to receive a free membership, the MicroStrategy member of the channel. Just give me a second to pull this stuff up. Sip on some drink. Keep the comments flowing. We're about to give 5 memberships, family. Let's do this. Good morning. Why so early? I got to pick up my daughter from school a little later this Friday. So every other Friday, I pick up my daughter from school, and then she spends the week with Papa, and then the following week she spends with her mama. So that's why we switch it up every once in a while. I appreciate y'all. Make some noise in the chat. Pump the likes. I'm about to give away 5 memberships. Just give me a second. Here we go. I should be able to do that here. Oh, let's see. Show chat. Bada boom, bada bang. Make some noise, family. Welcome, everyone just joining us. Show your support. Here we go. Membership gifting. 1 second. 5 of you are about to be gifted. You're going to have to comment if you want to be gifted. Make some noise. Say hello. How you doing, JV? Good morning. Love the show. Anything. Because if you comment, you're more likely to get the gift. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Here we go. There you go. 5 members have just been gifted a MicroStrategy membership of the channel. And it looks like Izzy won. Congratulations. You've been blessed. May 5-star, you've been blessed. Erico, you have been blessed. T. Will, you have been blessed. Lucas, you have been blessed. So all of you are now officially members of the channel, and you get that nice badge next to your name. We plan on doing this every month. I'm going to give away 10 more memberships. So keep that in mind. And of course, there's probably been over 500 memberships given away in the past month just from kind members, because you guys can also gift memberships. If you don't know, now you know. Shout out everyone. Hello, y'all. Welcome all the new members. Syed, what up? Pump the likes to pump the stream. I'm doing fantastic, Syed. Another beautiful day. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Good morning. Why so early? Because I picked my daughter up from school later, so I got to do what I got to do. I woke up at 7 a.m. this morning prepping for this podcast, so you already know. It's 11:15 a.m. here in Puerto Rico, 10:15 Eastern time in New York. Cheers, family. Oh, wow. Thank you so very much. You're very welcome. Congratulations, fam. We appreciate all the support, so it's the least I can do to help give back and show my appreciation. Much love. I have a small limit buy at 40,500. For your sake, I hope you reach that. Thank you, JV. We're all blessed. Cheers, Izzy1. We greatly appreciate you. Thank you, Cherie. We appreciate you subbing to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. I'm here 7 days per week, family. Tomorrow, we'll be back at the normal time at 3 p.m. Eastern for Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday, we're going to switch it up early again, probably Monday through Thursday. And then Friday of next week, we'll be back to our normal time for the following week. Just heads up. Welcome, R. Herrera. Good to see you, broski. What up, Francis? Thank me. Cheers. Well, it's a nice surprise to have it so early. That's what's up. Thank you. Good job. Cheers, family. We appreciate all the support. You guys are amazing. And honestly, the show wouldn't be what it is without your support in the live chat. This is the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Thanks to your guys' interaction, your comments, your likes, your subs. Again, I'm nothing without y'all, so appreciate it. Y'all make the show truly lit. The interaction is what makes the show what it is. I still like the show. Thank you, Herrera. We appreciate it, family. Appreciate the support. And thank you everyone for just tuning in, pumping the likes. Thank you for your dedication. You're very welcome. Brian Proctor, you the man for giving out memberships no one else does. There is no second best. We appreciate that, family. Shout out Crypto Surge. Morning, have a yard sale to buy more Bitcoin. Smart man, Valentine, smart man. Good morning, Radio de Jesus. Bitcoin to 1 million, send it. And with that being shared, fam, now let's tap into our Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out the charts where the Bitcoin price action is likely to go next. Here we go. And thanks for the reminder for giving out these memberships. I promised to do so, so I'm glad you reminded me. Bitcoin may have more to lose if one Bitcoin price chart pattern plays out as usual, warns veteran analyst Phil Philb. In his latest analysis, the founder of Trading Suite, Decent Trader, sounded the alarm over Bitcoin's descent to monthly lows. So let's break it down. The Bitcoin price action fell to 40,600 overnight, marking almost a 20% retreat from last week's local high, according to TradingView. And right here, you're looking at the Bitcoin 1 hour candle chart. And while subsequently rebounding above 41,000, which is where we're currently at, the market strength is convincing few traders and analysts of the short term. Phil Philb is amongst them with 3-day timelines, a particular concern. Uploading the comparative chart, he showed that when the 3-day chart crosses below the daily 50 period simple moving average, further downside tends to result. The chart extended to Bitcoin's current all-time high of 69,000 seen in November of 2021. Now, how many of you were around in crypto back when Bitcoin eclipsed roughly that 69,000 current all-time high back in 2021? Let me know. Quoting the analyst here alongside the chart, the 3-day red with the break below the 50-day moving average. There are few examples of this happening in the past. Previously, Phil Philb successfully estimated Bitcoin topping out at 48,000 around the announcement of the approval of the U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs. A similar Bitcoin price target is in place for April's block subsidy halving. Now, traders remain cautious. The overnight dip sent Bitcoin below its 2024 opening price. Analyzing liquidity conditions, financial commentator Ted's Talk Crypto flagged 40,000 as the next crucial level to hold. Quoting him here, Bitcoin bids thickening up now after the dump, and offers have lightened considerably. 44,000 sellers is still there though. So 463 Bitcoin bid at 40,000 with roughly 18.5 million USD at Binance, as outlined here. So as reported, various market participants view the mid-30 range as a potential bounce zone to come next. Quoting another analyst, Crypto Ed, I think we need one more smaller leg down before we can bounce. Last night's bounce, not convincing to me. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analyst. And as I pointed out here in the intro of the show, right before the US markets opened, just a few moments ago, Grayscale sends another 14,000 Bitcoin. The Coinbase, what do you think they're doing with this Bitcoin? More than likely dumping it on the open market, hence why the price is currently dumping. More than likely, this is my guess. What are your thoughts, family? And here's a quote from Max Kaiser. More than half of the Wall Street brokers and banks are blocking purchases of any Bitcoin ETFs. This has pushed new all-time highs for Bitcoin back a couple of weeks. As predicted, the incumbents are not going peacefully into that good night. Damn the tuxedos, full speed ahead. So there you have it, my crypto fam. That's the latest TA. Let me know if you agree, disagree. How low you think we likely to go? Do you think 40,000 will maintain? Holla at your boy. May 5-star says that would be me. Hodl, love it. Bro, you figured out the memberships. Get it? That's right. Last night we gifted 5 thanks to your recommendation, and we gifted another 5 here a few moments ago. So congrats all the new members. Sign Tracker, what it do? And yes, every month I'm going to give away 10 more memberships because YouTube allows me to do so. I just found out. So it'll be every month. I don't know if the clock restarts February 1st or if I have to wait 30 days, but nonetheless, you guys will be getting blessed every month. Mark my words. Gonna get down like a ledger and go in the woods back door. Oh no, dirty. Always keeping it dirty. Greetings from New York City. Cheers, Valentine 828. How many of you are gonna be watching the Title fight tomorrow with Sean Strickland in the UFC. Let me know. That's going to be an interesting one. We stuck until February 10th, says Knox Bill. Man, February 11th is my birthday, so I'd love to see a breakout on that day. I think you're still exit liquidity buying here. Nice. People should do a GameStop on Grayscale's ass. Like, for real, Robert. Is there a second best? I think not, JV. Thank you, Sandman. Let's hear what Mr. Sailor has to say.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
There you have it. It's going up forever, Laura. Short-term manipulation won't change the Bitcoin cycle. Preach. I'm with you on that. Hi there. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Everlasting Bliss. Appreciate your support, family. Early episode today live. The Super Bowl is on your B-Day. Oh, for real? For real? Wow, I didn't know that. So the Super Bowl is the 11th. So hopefully everyone's tuned into the show to help celebrate JV's birthday, and you guys aren't too concerned about the Super Bowl. But anyways, we stream way before the Super Bowl, so you guys should be okay. Cardano says finance advice. You're bullish on Cardano? Cardano's been taking a beat in the past month. 32,000, then into orbit, says Bart. So you think we'll hit the 32,000 as a low? Appreciate you sharing. That KRS-One mixed in is, I can't see that word here. Fuego, fire, my man. Yeah, cheers. Appreciate that, beast mode. I dig it as well. Shout out to KRS-One. My mother bought Bitcoin. She is 71. Music to my ears. The cool thing about Bitcoin, there's no discrimination, ages. It brings everyone together. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful thing. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's right. That was KRS-One channeling Bitcoin back in like 1997. The Rapture. That's an epic track, by the way. One of my fave KRS-One tracks. Shout out, Robert. We appreciate that. All the likes help get more eyeballs on the channel. Also helps with the YouTube algorithm, family. So greatly appreciate that. Bitcoin just eclipsed under 41,000. According to BitBo, I know the prices are going to be different on all the exchanges. Do you think we're going to drop below 40,000 today? Let me know. What do you think will happen this weekend? Will we see a pump or continue correcting? Won't even hit the like button on his birthday. Damn. Who are you referring to there? Of course they hit the like button. Today is not my birthday, though, FYI. My birthday is February 11th. We're just discussing how the Super Bowl falls on my birthday this year. So now you know. But anyways, family, the Super Bowl is gay, says Joe. Yeah, I look at it as a big ritual event. And if everyone in the world is tuned into something and JV does his own thing, that's just how I've been since I was a kid. Like whatever the populace is doing, I'm not doing that. So I don't want to be a part of any of their rituals whatsoever. JV just got in. It's snowing out here. Where you live again, Mario Sosa? Let me know. Stay warm, family. You got a fireplace, I hope. Does anyone know if there are fees associated with transferring assets from a certain cold wallet to a Trezor? There's probably going to be fees, of course, because anytime you move from one wallet to another, your Bitcoin or crypto in general, there's always a fee associated, but it shouldn't be significant. It should be pretty minuscule overall. What's up, Bitcoin Trini? Good to see you. No, hit the like buttons. Don't get me wrong. Agree, JV. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Virginia in the building. Cheers, Mario. Appreciate you tuning in. That's the key to success. Don't be sheep. Go your own way. Preach, Shekel. Well said. You don't want to be like the rest of the people. That's for sure. Super Bowl is the next biggest event next to the landing on the moon. Well, we know that was a staged event. That's, no brainer. And the Super Bowl, I don't know. I just lost interest in football maybe back in 8th grade. I played football, I think in 4th grade. I was a fullback, believe it or not, my little butt. I was a fullback and defensive end. Spot on, CT. Cheers, Matt. I am a female. Good to note, Valentine. Good to note. Appreciate the heads up there. Support level 40. Right on. Happy birthday. It's not my birthday till February 11th, but some people started wishing me a happy birthday early. I'll accept it. If donate my Bitcoin to a wallet outside the US, does the recipient still have to pay taxes? Man, that's a good question. I'm not a tax expert, so I can't really advise you on that. But I would say if there's no record of the transaction except on the blockchain and nobody knows of the transaction because it's not through an exchange, then nobody would know and there'd be nothing to report. Whenever you move crypto to an exchange, that's when it's being reported to government agencies and there's a record of it and all that kind of stuff. If you sent from one private wallet to another as a gift, it should not be a taxable event from my understanding, and it wouldn't be on anyone's radar unless you said, hey, I sent XYZ to XYZ. So that's the beauty of self-custody, family. I refused to watch Friends when it was so popular. I never watched Friends either. I did watch a little Seinfeld, though, here and there when I was like in middle school. Stopped watching pro sports when the athletes started kneeling for the national anthem. I feel you, Brian. Be an originator, not a follower. That's right. Everyone wants to be a leader, but why does everyone follow each other, right? Donations are tax-free, as I know, supposed to be. Got it. Thank you. Cheers. But anyways, family, let's dive into our next story of the day and discuss day 5 of the ETFs. More record numbers. Spot Bitcoin ETF scoop up another 10,600 BTC on day 5. That's right. Spot Bitcoin ETF issuers added another almost 11,000 Bitcoin to their crypto stacks on the 5th day of trading amid the increasing trading volume. Data compiled formerly on X account CC 15 Capital showed that a net 440 million in Bitcoin was added to their holdings at the end of the day. BlackRock's ETF accounted for the lion's share of the purchases with 8,700 BTC, worth nearly 358 million. The data also shows the 9 ETFs, excluding Grayscale, have purchased nearly 68,500 Bitcoin since their launch, currently worth roughly $3 billion. The recent ETFs linked Bitcoin buys were partially offset by the continued outflows from the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, with 10,800 worth roughly 445 million offloaded, which is nearly 38,000 Bitcoin has left GBTC since it was converted to a spot ETF on January 11th. And as I mentioned earlier, breaking news, like right before I went live, they sent another 14,000 Bitcoin to Coinbase, most likely to offload it. And this is why I think we're seeing the carnage currently in the markets. What are your thoughts? And as they share here, 30,500 Bitcoin was bought since the ETF launch, excluding GBTC. Only 900 Bitcoin is mined daily, dropping to 450 a day in April. Meanwhile, data shared by Bloomberg ETF analyst Balchunas highlighted the newborn 9, his nickname for the new spot Bitcoin ETFs, excluding GBTC, which saw a 34% jump in daily volume on the 5th day of trading. Quoting Eric Balchunas, this is interesting. The newborn 9 actually saw a 34% jump in volume today versus yesterday. Normally, with hyped up launch, you see volume steadily decrease each day post-launch. Rare to see it reverse back up. All but one saw a jump too, but GBTC changed flat. So wasn't Avala. And let me open this up to continue with the thread here from Mr. Balchunas. All but one saw the jump. GBTC changed flat, so it wasn't a volatility thing. It's a good sign, in my opinion, according to the expert. He also says, or it should be noted that data around Bitcoin buying, as reported by the managers of the ETFs, are delayed compared to each fund's transaction volume figures due to the purchase settlement delays. So with investors piling into the new funds, the Bitcoin ETFs from BlackRock and Fidelity each tailed over $1 billion in assets under management at the close of the trading day yesterday, per data from Bloomberg ETF analyst Safeart. So that's right. Now officially, BlackRock and Fidelity both have over $1 billion in assets under management in their Bitcoin ETFs, which ultimately means roughly 25,000 Bitcoin collectively for each. And we're going to dive deeper into that a little later on in the show. Balchunas also noted that BlackRock and Fidelity's ETFs are in 4th and 5th position for weekly capital inflows across all the US ETFs, trailing only the Vanguard 500 Index Fund ETF, which aims to mirror returns of the S&P 500 index and the 500 largest US companies. And also, as shared, Bitwise so far is the only asset manager to report its January 18th Bitcoin holdings, which showed it adding another almost 500 Bitcoin on the day, quoting Hunter Horsley, plus 20 million in BitB today. Bitcoin purchased efficiently, now 390 million in the last 5 days. Grateful for the trust to steward the client's assets. So Bitcoin saw less than a 1% decrease over January 17th, but seen a slide of over 3.5% in the past 24 hours. Actually, that slide continues, worsening at this current time. And I think with Grayscale continuing to offload Bitcoin, as I mentioned earlier, another 14,000 sent to Coinbase, we're likely to drop a little further. How low will we go? We shall soon see. Crypto Search says a 38,000 dip. Shackle says buy, buy, buy. Word up. Anyone else having problems purchasing on Coinbase right now? Good question. If anyone's experiencing any difficulty, let us know. I'm assuming you're experiencing difficulty passive, looking to buy some sats, unable to do so. Always interesting. Pharrell, Coinbase is a problem for me too. What's going on, Coinbase? Eddie Khan, I appreciate you subbing to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod family. Yeah, I'm curious what's causing the issues on Coinbase. Typically, when we're hitting all-time highs, it's impossible to do trades on Coinbase. It freezes. So now we're at a low we haven't seen in, I don't know, a few weeks. And 40,800, and people are experiencing difficulty buying Bitcoin again on Coinbase. Things that make you go, Coinbase is a problem. I finally was able to buy off of Coinbase. It took 2 weeks where I started a new bank account. Oh my God. Seems I can only purchase on Coinbase when the Bitcoin is high price. Ain't that something? Definitely seems to always be manipulation going on with the top exchanges when the market's either pumping or dumping like clockwork. Always. Has it been 2 weeks since your problem started? Asked Keith. Love, says Pharrell. Appreciate the love. Love and light family. Let's get it. Appreciate y'all. So yeah, it's always interesting. If anyone else is experiencing any issues purchasing on any of the exchanges, do let us know. If anyone has this problem on, for example, Gemini or Kraken or anything else, or is it only a Coinbase issue? Holla, let me know. Yeah, same time, so gay, says Keith. Yeah, it's interesting. It's like they don't want us to buy cheap sats, you know? Just purchase days on strike, no problem, says Brian Proctor. Since I didn't get my FRY membership, would you consider gifting me a coin? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Brian, but happy to hear you're able to purchase on Strike. Shout out to Jack Mahlers and Strike's company. I managed to get some following yesterday's show. Very little because I haven't been paid yet, but rather buy discounted Bitcoin. That's what's up. Congrats on the position you did get, Ghost Stomper. Love to hear it. Why does Coinbase now require your banking password to transfer your funds into Coinbase? That sounds a little sus. I don't know about all that, Ben Wise. Be careful. There's a lot of phishing scams out there. Websites pretending to be the exchange trying to get your private keys. Never give them your private keys. Including exchanges. Exchanges should never ask for your private keys. And if anyone's asking for any passwords to anything, it's extremely sus. So be careful out there. Three Company was my show. Three's Company. I don't really remember that one. I had an account under review for 2 weeks on Coinbase. Just today, I went back online. Wow. So they reviewed your account for 2 weeks, but then they allowed it, and now you're good? Let me know, Pedro. Let's freaking go. Send it, Trini. Bitcoin of 41 Gs on Coinbase. Just tried to purchase, but exited when I see the overvaluation. Yeah, man, we may drop lower. It looks like we're going to be testing this 40,000 support here soon at the way we're dropping. We don't need no edumentation. Hello, I'm a Nigerian prince. Send me some Bitcoin and I'll send you US dollars. Oh my God, my dreams have been solved. The prince, thank you. I've been waiting for a Saudi prince to rescue me. I'm just going to send you all my Bitcoin and you can send me double the amount in dollars and then I can buy the... I'm just playing, family. Never fall sucker for that crap. Morning, fam. Shout out to Baller Bill. That it is, JV. That it is. Well, I'm glad you got your Coinbase account set up. Pedro Sanchez. Cheers, family. Hello. Don't give anyone your keys. Amen. 100%. If anyone asks for it, it's 100% a scam. And they will steal your crypto within moments. You'll have nothing left. They'll take every dime you have in crypto. Will it go to 46,000 in 24 hours? Yay. You tell me, fam. Is it Probable? I don't think so. Is it possible? Hell yeah. It's possible to hit 50, 60 G's in the next 24 hours. Is it probable with the sell-off? I don't know. Why is Grayscale dumping mass amounts of Bitcoin? Another 14,000 offloaded to Coinbase. So I think we're going to test this 40,000 support here soon. What do you think? I use Coinbase in my Bitcoin ETH hodl, but I decided to convert some to RNDR. More prominent narrative in my opinion, but the fees are insane on Coinbase. That is all the whales buying the dip. That's the problem in Coinbase. I'm sensing a drop to 38,000 over the weekend, but I bought up 40 on 41 by Monday. My prediction says go Stomper. Princess Kenny over here. It's cheap today, but just bought off Coinbase, no problem. Good to note, Matt. Let's all get rich. Buy Bitcoin at 34,000. If you get that lucky and we drop that low, family. Three's Company was popular before you were born, JV. Makes sense. Hey, I was a fan of a lot of shows before I was born. I watched I Love Lucy. I remember Nick at Night. I used to watch Taxi. You know, little Danny DeVito in there. I used to watch even Happy Days. It was just a funny show. Monday, Tuesday, Happy Days. Shout out Squirrel Bait. Welcome to the MicroStrategy family. Appreciate you supporting the channel. The school system was made by a dragon in space? Oh no. The blonde girl in Three's Company. Oh my God. Was she a hottie? The whale, more hot than Kathy Wood in her college years? The whales are the ones who sold, guys. Word. Well, anyway, fam, let's dive into our next story of the day. We've been discussing ETFs. Well, let's discuss Gary Gensler striking back after giving the approval of the ETFs, which he said he wasn't going to do. It was only because Grayscale won the legal battle versus the SEC that he felt forced to approve these ETFs. So here's Gensler striking back. If you're a fan of Gensler, let me know. If you'd like to see Gary Gensler fired and replaced as the chairman of the SEC, put a 1 in that live chat. Let's see how many of you would love to see Gensler get fired. But anyways, the Bitcoin Spot ETF is the first investment product that will allow investors to get direct exposure to Bitcoin's price through traditional and regulated investment products. It is the first investment product linked to Bitcoin that a baby boomer generation is familiar with and can widely feel comfortable investing with. Now, the approval came after a lengthy lawsuit led by the DC Circuit Court to rule that the SEC had been hypocritical in approving Bitcoin futures ETFs, but not the spot ETFs. The SEC chairman, Mr. Auclair Gare, made clear his distaste in having to vote for the ETFs in a statement following the vote. Most ETF approvals, even those that have consistently lost investors' funds since approval, have not been accompanied by a statement from the chairman, much less one that recommended against investing in it. This was the first time an SEC chairman ever approved an ETF. And by the way, the approval made a speech advising people against buying the ETF. That's inconsistent with the SEC's disclosure-centric mission. So, has the Bitcoin community won? Did we really beat Gary? Not so fast. Permit a Star Wars analogy. We are in the second movie, The Empire Strikes Back. Now, hope for the Bitcoin revolution and money and as a store of value is not lost. But Gensler is building a second Death Star as we speak. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them, fam. Before investment advisors and brokers can recommend to their client that they should buy a piece of the Bitcoin Spot ETF, they'll need to comply with the new rules adopted by the SEC in 2019 called Regulation Best Interest. Now, Reg BI is a Kafka-esque regulation, stretching to hundreds of pages, adopted by the SEC, whose top line points are that advisors should conform to a duty of care, and that also includes particular disclosure requirements. A duty of care sounds nice, but it is a nebulous idea that is entirely undefined in the Reg BI in this case. It therefore lends itself to investors suing their advisors based on hindsight bias when their investment doesn't grow as they expect after the fact. So it seems it's going to add liability to the advisors, which is a bunch of shenanigans at the end of the day, ultimately to persuade them from stop promoting Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Interesting. Now, if you were a uniquely politically minded SEC chairman motivated to cater to the single anti-Bitcoin senator, Elizabeth Warren, who single-handedly forced President Biden to nominate you in exchange for her decision to withdraw from the Democratic presidential primary, you might be tempted to abuse the subjective judgments left open by Reg BI to openly discourage those investment advisors and brokers governed by Reg BI from advising their clients to invest in the new Bitcoin spot ETFs. That description is not an actual hypothetical, it's more of a prediction. It will happen indeed. It has already begun to happen. For example, Vanguard has openly told clients they are not allowed to invest in the Bitcoin ETF products listed on Fidelity and nearly every other brokerage platform. This is because they are betting that the Reg BI uncertainty will be abused to openly discourage investments in this platform that the SEC was forced by the federal courts to open up. Very interesting. This is where Gensler will strike back in the form of examination of investment advisors and brokers by SEC examiners and threats of SEC enforcement staff. This is the weapon of the bureaucracy who adheres to the anti-Bitcoin ethos flowing from Gensler's Senate patron to Senator Elizabeth Warren, who backed him for the role as SEC chairman, so of course they're colluding and working together. This short-term tactic by the SEC chairman, whose term is over, will not matter much to native Bitcoiners who find the idea of an ETF wrapper around Bitcoin silly anyways. That's right, never forget that the Bitcoin ETF is not equivalent to Bitcoin in self-custody, completely different family. Now, it will merely mean that the baby boomers will be delayed in their efforts to diversify their portfolios, courtesy of Gary Gensler. So there you have it, fam. Now let me check the chat and let's see how many of you put ones and would love to see Gensler replaced. Let's see. Appreciate joining the MicroStrategy Squirrel Bait. Cheers again, family. 1-1, Big Watt Joe 1. She was way hotter. You're referring to who? Kathy Wood or the chick from Three's Company. 1 plus sauce. 2 at least, he approved the ETF. James, well, he was forced to. He said he wouldn't do it unless they lost that lawsuit against the Grayscale, so he didn't want to. He's still against it, family. Keep that in mind. 1-1, Gensler was a tool. The reason why the previous head was replaced, he'll be replaced. Yeah, the previous head was Jay Clayton, and there'll be another Gensler. Gensler put a 2 himself, coming directly from Gary Gensler. So shout out to Gary Gensler, always tuned into the channel. Don't let your kids' mom swallow your kids. I can't stop her. Oh my God, you guys are crazy. Gary doesn't recommend buying Bitcoin ETF or Bitcoin, but I bet he owns it. He claims he doesn't, but I'm with you on that. Yeah, this significant shift from the past where the GBTC typically traded at a discount, reached an all-time high, almost 50% in December of 2022. That's what's up. Cheers, family, just joining us. Rembocito, what it do? Gear put a 1. Kathy is a dime, even no at almost 70. Wow, is she almost 70? Holy moly. I've never heard anyone call a woman a dime at age 70. So Kathy must have like the fountain of youth working on her side. Sack Gary Gensler, I'm with you on that. Fairground Fun Fairs. Clearly an enemy of Bitcoin, in my humble opinion, working with the evil forces to regulate it and suppress the price action, just like he was working with Bankman-Fried, having conversations and meetings behind closed doors. You already know. Yeah. So what do you guys think? Way more Bitcoin have been bought over the counter than Grayscale is bumping. This is full manipulation, but once the OTC dries up, blast off, says T. Will. I hope you're right, brother. Guzzler. Gary Guzzler, I am trying to add one of the Bitcoin ETFs as an option for our 401k, getting resistance from the broker. Interesting. You need to find yourself a new broker because he's trying to keep you broke. What's the resistance? What's the excuse? I'm curious. Kathy Wood 68. Thanks for the insight. So JV is 40. So she's like 27. I'm 40. I'm going to be 41. So she's roughly 27 years older than JV. So she can ultimately be my mom. Pretty much. My mom is 70. So, But yeah. Pump the likes to help pump the stream, family. Sadly, Grayscale is refiling the over-the-counter with 600,000 Bitcoin in their bucket. Are you for real, Mike? Whoa. Money at Healthy Foods makes you forever just eat water. Yeah, you just eat water and you're good. And crickets and grasshoppers for protein, right? No? I will take under the counter Bitcoin, please, from 100, says Keith. Very interesting family.
Bitcoin. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset.
The best crypto channel, George's second best. Wait, is there a second best? Dirty, you're awesome. You guys are amazing. Appreciate the support, family. We got 300 people on the stream. Extra early today. We streaming morning. Tomorrow we'll be back to the normal time, family. 3 p.m. Eastern. Today I had to do it a little extra early. Bitcoin at 50 G's. Send it, Cleverton. And let's freaking go. James says the broker's ignorant. He doesn't understand it. I asked him to explain fiat debt futures. He couldn't. Yeah, it's just what they're taught. It's basically the blind leading the blind. It's just what they're told. And they're good at doing what they're told. So, unfortunately. Kathy, your grandma? No. Maybe someone else's grandma. JV said his mom is Kathy Wood. I heard him. Wouldn't that be something if my mom was Kathy Wood? Or my father was Max Kaiser? Or Michael Saylor? How cool would that be? Whoa. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. Just thinking about it, like, whoa. Yeah. My mind's blown. But anyways, family, pump the likes, pump the stream. We appreciate it. This is the best crypto channel. George is the second best. Wait, there's the second best. You guys are funny. But anyways, next story of the day, we discuss Gensler striking the empire back. Well, he is the empire, so hey. But let's now discuss the latest with Tether. This headline reads, Tether now holding at least 2.8 billion in Bitcoin as Bitcoin accumulation spree continues. That's right. Tether has Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Stablecoin issuer Tether USDT is holding at least 2.82 billion worth of Bitcoin. Let's go. As the firm continues to scoop up BTC at a high rate. According to Ki Jiangju, founder and chief exec of on-chain market intelligence platform CryptoQuant, Tether is currently holding at least 66,400 Bitcoin. That's a lot of Bitcoin, family. Quoting them here, Tether revealed in its recently released quarterly report, it holds approximately 1.6 billion worth of Bitcoin. The amount of Bitcoin held by Tether puts it roughly 11th in terms of holdings. Now, if you look at the Tether Bitcoin holding wallet, it doesn't match the description in Tether's quarterly report. While there were no Bitcoin holdings in 2022's Q4 report, the wallet did start accumulating Bitcoin. So Tether has plenty of Bitcoin, but that's probably not the only Bitcoin wallet that Tether has. So you already know, mad bullish on Bitcoin. Here's the Tether Bitcoin reserve, according to that wallet, according to CryptoQuant. Now, in an accompanying post, it revealed that Tether held just 1.6 billion worth of Bitcoin in August. And at the time, that made Tether the 11th largest entity in terms of Bitcoin held in the entire world. Now, in early January, it was revealed a wallet believed to be owned by Tether was sitting on 1.33 billion worth of Bitcoin profits at the time, pushing it to the 10th largest entity in terms of Bitcoin holdings. Tether's intent to purchase the flagship digital assets was reported in November by Bloomberg, which at the time found the stablecoin issuer looking to invest $500 million into the King crypto within the next 6 months. At the time, Tether executive Paolo said that Tether was committed to constructing Bitcoin mining facilities in South America. So there you have it. You already know Tether USDT, extremely bullish on Bitcoin, hence why it's in their reserves. Now, out of all the stablecoin issuers, the one I trust the most is Tether USDT. The one you got to watch out for is Circle USDC. They're the establishment. Just FYI, if you don't know, now you know. Kathy sure gives me what? Joe, come on now. This is a family show. Bitcoin. Let's freaking go, family. Does Max have any kids? I wouldn't know. None that he has ever announced, so I wouldn't know, but you never know. My birthday, it was actually funny. I think it was a year or two ago. People were accusing me being like Max's nephew or son or something like that. To like get to JV as his son or his nephew, and I'm just like, I wish. That'd be pretty nice. It'd be nice to have an uncle with a, you know what I mean, a million Bitcoin. It'd be pretty nice. If he doesn't know what futures are, yeah, then you should fire him. My birthday is October 18th, 1957. Back to 46, let's go, says Mark. Bring facts, who's buying Bitcoin? Dan Held. But Kathy Wood. Can anyone gift me a blue star? Gary, come on, dog. You're a chairman of the SEC. I Googled your net worth. You're worth over $100 million. You know what I mean? You come from Goldman Sachs, so you could afford the $2.99 star, family. I mean, you could afford it, Gary. Out of all the people, you're the one asking for a free star. Come on now. You can do better than that. Sea-Dog in the house. Shout out Sea-Dog. I appreciate my Sea-Dog. Cold wallet suggestion. Excellent question, Corey. What do you guys suggest? I always throw the Trezor out there. I'm old school, like my OGs out in Queens. But which wallets do you suggest? Tangent Wallet is another highly recommended one we get on the show. Blockstream Jade, Cold Card, all excellent wallets. You can't go wrong with any of them. I can see, Gensler. I can see you're thirsty. I can see that. Early ting today. Yes, we live early today. I got to pick up my daughter from school later. So JV is doing the early thing so that by the time I pick up my daughter, I have free time to spend with her and I'm not stuck doing a podcast while, she's by herself. Are you doing a membership giveaway? I already did it, family. We gave away 5 memberships at the start of the show. And I also gave away 5 memberships last night on the premiere. So I gave away my 10 for the month. I promised every month I'll give away another 10 free memberships. So we just gave away our 10 though. However, don't worry. Typically every episode, somebody gives away a membership. At least something. So you may get blessed. You never know. But I would encourage you guys, if you can swing it and you want to support the channel, you can get a fat pretty star next to your name and become a member for as low as $2.99 and become a member of the HODL Gang. We have different membership levels, but the lowest level is only $2.99. It supports the show and it allows me to create more content and put more time and energy into delivering the best content in the world as far as Bitcoin is concerned. Why did I buy right before the 2021 dump? Still trying to get even, says Brian. Pulled all my money out. I will buy back if it gets lower. F the DCA. This is getting frustrating by the day, says Angel. Unfortunately, I wasn't picked. Gary, I mean, it's all random, by the way, so don't take it personal. I don't think anyone picks who they get gifted. YouTube just randomly selects it. So for example, when I hit gift 5 memberships, or if anyone else gifts 5 memberships, we don't get to select who the members are. It just randomly blesses the people. So it's all random. So don't take it personal. I was late today, misjudged the time zone. You're not late. Honestly, I went extra early. I even told people I wouldn't go live till 11 a.m. Eastern, and I mixed it up. It was 11 a.m. my time and 10 a.m. Eastern, so not your fault, family. Trezor performs CoinJoin. Yep, they now have CoinJoin on it, meaning it's another SGIT coin to steal your money. I don't know which coin you're referring to there, bro. Larry from Dothan, Alabama. Shout out, Larry. Bye, bye, bye. BBB. Sup, fam? What up, S. Dot? It'll turn around. Right. Flat Earth in the building. Shout out, S. Dot. Cheers, family. We appreciate the support. Keep the comments flowing. We appreciate it. Random MT Biddies. We got some advice from Facts, DCA, and then Patience. Give it 10-year outlook, not 10 days. Well said, family. Bitcoin at 50G, send it. You already know. But anyways, fam, let's dive into our next story of the day. We just discussed the latest with Tether, accumulating mass Bitcoin for their reserves. Now let's discuss Bitcoin topping silver. This is actually a pretty big headline, in my opinion, because what it take 1 week to top the silver ETF. The headline reads, Bitcoin instantly tops silver in the ETF market and trails only gold amongst commodities. The newly launched Bitcoin ETF funds already have nearly 30 billion in assets under management. Silver ETFs only have 11 billion. So Bitcoin eclipsed silver in the ETF market within its first week. Let that sink in. That's a pretty big deal. Silver has existed since the dying stars started spewing the metal out of billions of years ago. Bitcoin is 15, but already a bigger deal in the US ETF market. Bitcoin ETFs had more assets than silver ETFs the instant the US SEC approved them last week and trailed only gold amongst commodity focus. US ETFs. Now, I personally think Bitcoin could eclipse gold within a few weeks in the ETF market at the rate we're going. So thanks to the conversion of the existing Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into an ETF, there were immediately almost 30 billion stashed into Bitcoin ETFs, according to data from CoinDesk. Silver ETFs have combined assets of about $11 billion. The only commodity that remains more popular is gold, which Bitcoin is often called a digital version of, which has roughly 95 billion. So already a third of the way there. So it's not going to be much longer before the Bitcoin ETF eclipse the gold ETF. When do you think we'll do that by, family? Let me know. Quoting Ophelia Snyder here from 21 Shares. This was beyond my short-term expectation, but it is a fantastic validation of Bitcoin's role as a reserve product and of the demand for Bitcoin exposure in the financial markets. That's right. The launch of the Bitcoin ETFs earlier in the month marked a historic event, not just for the crypto community, but for ETFs as well. The newly launched fund saw roughly 900 million in net inflows within the first 3 days of trading, significantly higher than most fresh ETFs bring in. So there you have it. And quoting Simon Dixon, the two largest commodity ETFs in the world today are gold and Bitcoin. Gold ETFs hold 96 billion and launched 21 years ago. The Bitcoin ETFs hold 27.5 billion and launched 9 days ago. Gold has been a store of value for 5,000 years. Bitcoin has been a speculative store of value for 15 years. Grandma has gold in her pension, but will her granddaughter? Probably not. She's going to have Bitcoin 100%. So what are your thoughts on that, family? Let me know in the comments right down below. We'll read some more comments and then we'll dive into our feature story of the day. Then we'll do some live Q&A. Let's get this mofo started, shall we? If Bitcoin hit 1 million a coin, what do you think gold and silver will cost? Man, who knows? I'll throw some numbers out there. Why not? It's fun. Bitcoin hits 1 million, let's say hypothetically. Gold right now is at 2,000 an ounce, roughly. So maybe if Bitcoin does 20x from here, I can see gold doing 2 to 3x. Maybe 4,000 to 6,000 an ounce. I don't see the same upside potential clearly because it's a heavily manipulated market. Precious metals, heavily manipulated. So no comparison in upside. So for example, to go from 50,000 to 1 million for Bitcoin is 20x. I don't see gold going 20x when Bitcoin does 20x. I see gold doing a modest 2x. If you're lucky, a 3x and sitting at 6,000 an ounce. What are your thoughts? All speculation from the top of my head. I never even thought about it before, but that's what I would speculate. How about a GPU? Digital gold overtakes real silver. Seems about right. You gotta love it. Digital scarcity, fam. A few more Bitcoin cycles, we will eclipse gold's 13 trillion, 100%. I agree, and I think that was one of Cathie Wood's initial predictions from ARK with her prediction of Bitcoin hitting $1 million per coin by 2030. She now recently upped it to 1.5 million, and that's because we expect Bitcoin to overtake the ETF, not ETF, but the gold market cap, which is 13 trillion. The Bitcoin market cap right now is probably around 800 billion in that ballpark, less than $1 trillion. So we got about another 13 to 15x to go to eclipse gold. So, hey, you got the same birthday, says A Doja. No SEC employee can own crypto. Gensler taught at MIT about blockchain and its great use cases. I would assume he is just a bidder selling all his crypto. Bro, he's already wealthy. So get that through your head. He's already worth, I mean, if you were worth over $100 million, would you be bitter if, you know, over a Bitcoin investment? You've already made it. You're already worth $100 million. So from this point, all Gensler would need to do is put his wealth in something that's going to appreciate in value. But who knows? Maybe he's not allowed to put it in Bitcoin and I just think he's doing his job. He's there to suppress Bitcoin, just like Jay Clayton was there to suppress Bitcoin, and the next chairman will be there to suppress Bitcoin because it undermines the US dollar, and they're there to protect the US dollar. You know what I mean? And they just pretend under the guise, we're here to protect the investors. The same way the World Health Organization is under the guise to protect your health. You think they really care about your health? Come on now. Good time to buy. Amen, Kaizen. My wife told me if Cathie Wood would approach kick it to me. She would love me as long as I cash out. Don't buy her a ring. Give her the address to a Bitcoin wallet with 1 Bitcoin and tell her she can have the private key in 10 years if all goes well. Wow. You're a genius, Ghost Stomper. I got to write that one down. Mental note. I dig it. I dig it. 100 trillion market cap for Bitcoin in 10 years. Send it. 100 million Bitcoin. 100 trillion market cap, 100 million Bitcoin. Let's go. You already know, family. Pump the likes to pump the stream. We're about to dive into our feature story of the day here and discuss the latest with BlackRock and Fidelity, both collectively accumulating over $1 billion in assets under management in their Bitcoin ETF. It took them 1 week, which means they each hold roughly 25,000 Bitcoin in a single week. And they didn't have to purchase it themselves. Investors are doing it for them. Crazy. Right? Gensler, Diamond, and Warren all protecting the dollar. Pretty much. That's their job. 100%. That's what they do. Bitcoin is clearly a threat to the powers that be and the status quo. And we all know this. That's why we Bitcoin. Anyways, family, let's go to our next story of the day. Here's our feature story of the day. Let's discuss BlackRock and Fidelity. Amongst the top asset managers in the world, BlackRock being the top. I think Vanguard's number 2, but now they have an anti-Bitcoin stance, even though they are the largest and primary shareholder of MicroStrategy, meaning they already have indirect exposure to Bitcoin, but I digress. We also have Fidelity alongside BlackRock with now over $1 billion in assets under management in their Bitcoin ETF, meaning BlackRock and Fidelity are both now holding on to over 25,000 Bitcoin, and it only took them a week. As the headline reads here, Fidelity's Bitcoin ETF joins the 1 billion club alongside BlackRock. So here we go. Fidelity's spot Bitcoin ETF swiftly secured its position as the second ETF provider to surpass $1 billion in assets under management within a week of the official launch. Data from Bloomberg shows that Fidelity's Wise Origin Bitcoin Trust achieved this milestone on its 5th day of trading, recording flows that reached just over $1 billion in assets under management. And BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust had reached the same milestone 1 day earlier, and its assets under management currently stand at $1.06 billion. And as you can see here, the spot Bitcoin ETFs, this is presented by Bloomberg. You can see GBTC, IBIT, FBTC, which I always get a kick out of reading that one. BITB, ARCB, BTCO, HODL, EZBC, BRRR, and BTCW. This achievement is noteworthy given the brief duration since the ETF's launch, highlighting a rapid ascent amongst the recently approved issuers. The expedited growth reflects the substantial investor interest in these products, despite the ETF's previous challenges in securing approval from the US SEC. Market observers emphasize the significance of achieving $1 billion in assets under management within such a short time frame, noting this accomplishment is notably for any ETF. And moreover, the inflows into these ETFs within just 1 week signify a robust demand from investors for exposure to Bitcoin through regulated investment vehicles. Now, Crypto Slate Insight noted that the substantial inflows into these ETFs have been elevating Bitcoin to its position of the second largest commodity in the US, surpassing silver, which I just previously shared. And meanwhile, the overall outflow from Grayscale's GBTC has now reached a substantial $2 billion, which is most likely why the market is dumping. This significant outflow continues a consistent trend since the fund's launch, with a notable $582 million outflow recorded on its 5th day in the market. GBTC's discount has increased to approximately 96 basis points alongside the outflow. Analysts suggest this discount adjustment may respond to the market's current selling pressure. So despite their brief 1-week existence, Bloomberg ETF analyst Balchunas highlighted the remarkable growth in trading activities for the newborn 9 ETFs. Notably, the trading volume of these ETFs surged by 34% between the 4th and 5th trading days, defying the typical post-launch decline observed and hyped up launches. Quoting the analyst here, normally with a hyped up launch, you see volume steadily decrease each day post-launch. It is rare to see it reverse back up. All but one saw a jump too, but GBTC remained flat, so it wasn't a volatility thing. And as I pointed out earlier, just in, I got this news right before I went live, right before the US markets open. Grayscale sends yet another roughly 14,000 Bitcoin to Coinbase. So there you have it, my crypto fam. And as mentioned here, BlackRock's new Bitcoin ETF secures 25,000 Bitcoin holdings, which puts their, again, assets under management just above 1 billion. So I'm also thinking Fidelity is now the same with holding over 25,000 BTC, putting them just over $1 billion in assets under management. So there you have it, family. Welcome everyone just joining the stream. This is live right now and in the flesh. It's 11 p.m. Eastern. It's 12 p.m. noon here in Puerto Rico. So good morning, good afternoon. I can't wait till this GBT selling stops. You and me both, Phil. HODL is the best ticker symbol ever. Agreed, 100%. Carl Watts, good morning from Alaska. Metlakatla. Am I saying that right? What a lit city. Carrie, cheers. Bitcoin to 50 G's, send it. Gold predictions, 3032, 5,000. We shall see. Sounds about right to me. And Peter Schiff, will he ever capitulate? Since 2017, every crypto crash has had sketchy stuff going on behind the scenes, 100% of the time, and it'll probably continue. Fidelity self-custody and does not use Coinbase. Oh, good to know. BlackRock is custodying with Coinbase. Fidelity is self-custodying. Good to know, family. Consider if you're an investor in your IRA. Gold is a turd. Yeah, gold is ultimately the poor man's Bitcoin. Would you agree? I am unable to buy ETF through 401k. Man, why? Is it through Vanguard or something? Tangent Wallet recommends May 5-star. Cheers. Good evening from South Africa. Shout out South Africa, born to code. Appreciate the support, family. So over-the-counter can dump the market, but it had no effect on the price. When they buy, I'm getting some mid-caps. EF them guys. Yeah. I finally made it to the computer instead of the phone. Cheers, David. I appreciate you tuning in on the computer. You got close. Thank you. Thank you, Carrie. I was just like, wow, that's an interesting city to pronounce. We need a reminder about the second best.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
You're right, Michael. Fidelity doesn't trust Coinbase, would you? No. I know that the government can just write a letter, like Biden can pen a letter. In the best interest of national security, we are going to seize all the Bitcoin because it is a direct threat to the status quo and the powers that be and the US dollar. And boom, Coinbase has to hand over all the custodied ETF BTC, just like that. So no, I don't trust Coinbase. I don't trust anything. Not your coins, not your keys, not your coins at the end of the day. So the only thing you can trust is self-custody. The only thing. Unless you trust your government, then it's a different story. If you trust your government, by all means. I mean, some people are very trustworthy for whatever reason for their governments, and more power to them. That's definitely not this guy. Appreciate that, Emilio Gonzalez. Appreciate the super. Long live the king. I stack gold and silver as well. My only gold is some jewelry, B100. Maybe I'll rock my chain. I have a couple of chains. When my father passed, he left me his chain. And I have the charm from when my grandfather passed. It's like a lion. I used to rock a lot. Maybe you've seen it from years ago in the pod. And then I purchased another chain. So I have a few gold chains. That's about it. No gold bars for JV. I also heard they're now putting in the new gold bars, they're putting tracking device, like a little microchip that can track where the gold is. So if you don't think your gold can get confiscated, you're in for an unpleasant surprise. Should I still DCA on Bitcoin right now? Thank God there's no tracking device in your Bitcoin self-custodied. Thank God for that one. Can I still trust Trezor? I like the Trezor, Carrie. I trust them. I know it's open source, I like that about them. And there's no backdoor. I don't trust the ledger. I used to recommend Trezor and Ledger, but as of last year, I stopped recommending the Ledger because it became apparent there are backdoors and they're willing to hand it over to the government in certain scenarios. And also, it's not open source. So I prefer Trezor over Ledger. And now there's a lot of other alternative options like a Cold Card, Tangent Wallet, Blockstream Jade, all great wallets people recommend every day here on the show. But definitely cold storage is the way to go. I don't trust the hot wallets. For temporary, I mean, if I was in El Salvador, I'd have a hot wallet on my phone to purchase things at a coffee shop, put a little Bitcoin on it. But don't put all your holdings on a hot wallet, such as an online wallet or a mobile app wallet on your phone, because clearly phones can very easily be hacked, SIM swapping and things like this. Cold storage, there's no way to hack it. It's impossible to hack it. So there's a difference. DCA Bitcoin now, ask Paula. Always a good idea. If you're in it for the long haul, does it really matter if you purchased at 40,800 or 39,800? Is that going to matter in 10 years? No. We got to get out of our own head sometimes. DCA till the dirt nap. Member check. Let's see how many members we have here. Well, we know who the members are. There's a badge next to their names. So shout out to all the members of the channel. We have roughly 600 members, and we launched memberships about a month and a half ago. So I'm very proud of all the memberships, and we appreciate all the support. I have gold coins from 1789. Whoa. 1883. 100 years before my birth, and others. I have one worth 35,000, but somebody stole it. Good Lord. Whew, man. The only ones that would put chips in their gold is us Mint. They don't make gold bars. Cheers, JK. Appreciate you subbing. DCA, especially when it hurts. Bitcoin down to 35,000 in just 2 days. Best cold storage right now to purchase. We were just discussing this. Alexander, Trezor, Cold Card, Blockstream Jade, and Tangent are the top recommended ones I see in the chat every day. So you can't go wrong with any of those options. In fact, buy them all. Why not? Test them out, see which one you like the best. The cool part is some of these wallets only 50 bucks, 100 bucks. They're not like they're expensive. So if you're holding Bitcoin, it'd make a lot of sense to self-custody and purchase different wallets and test them and see which one you like the best. And then you can give the ones you don't like as much as gifts maybe to some family and keep a little Bitcoin on it. Give them some sats. Be like, here you go, Uncle Joey. I gave you 100,000 sats so you can be in the game because I love you. The greatest gift. Love the show. As always, JB. Cheers, Matthew. I find my own gold, panning and metal detectors fine from the beach. Wow, for real? What's the most gold you've ever discovered? JB, United States Mint. Blockstream Jade is only 65 bucks. There you go. Trezor 1 is only like 50, 60 bucks. They're all inexpensive. Just a little plastic device, really. So, no brainer. All Bitcoin is tracked on the blockchain. This is true, but they don't know where your wallet is. That's not tracked. So they can track on the blockchain all they like, but if your wallet doesn't exist and you have your seed phrase right here, it's called unconfiscatable. JB, do you think this drop in price is the large firms buying up as much as they can? No, I don't think the drop is from firms buying. I think it's from GBTC and miners dumping is my guess. Because, again, GBTC just offloaded another 14,000 Bitcoin right before the show went live. I think that means they're selling. And the more Bitcoin being dumped, it's going to drive the price down. Open Dime makes your Bitcoin off-chain and physical. That's right. That's also from the same manufacturer of the Cold Card, right? I forget the name of the company. Cheers, Corey. Good stuff. And those are actually perfect to give as gifts. Yeah. Do the UTXOs. Trezor's the gold standard of cold storage. Pretty much agree with that one. And they've been around the longest that I'm aware of in comparison to the other wallets. Do you think 38 is the last point for the bullish fans? I hope so. I can't see us dropping much lower. I don't think we're going to go in the low 30s. Anything's possible. However, I'm obviously more bullish than bearish. I'm always looking at the glass half full. You know what I mean? There's two ways we can see something, half full or half empty. And considering we have a halving in 90 days, I couldn't be more bullish right now. I don't even really care about the price. I'm thinking long term. I'm thinking of the cycle peak in 2028, while you guys are worried about the short term price action this week. I can care less. I'm a long term visual person, and yeah, I have a long time frame preference in my thinking. Short term to me is just static and noise. Cheers, Squirrel Bait. Just gifted 5 more memberships. I told you guys, you never know when you're going to be blessed next. Shout out to Born to Code, Buddy Mac, Surreal Life TV, Bart DeBellis, and Miguel V. You've all been hooked up thanks to Squirrel Bait giving you the nuts. So what other squirrels are going to be hooking you up with nuts every day? So cheers, Squirrel. We appreciate you. The first ledger generation can't be backdoored. It is too basic. The nanos are definitely a no-go, says T. Will. JB, might you have a recommendation for explaining Bitcoin to noobs that insist on taking the blue pill over and over? Yeah, honestly, I'd say plug them into the daily pod. Send them to cryptonewsalerts.net and get them here, because they need more than a few minutes of education. If you really want someone to understand Bitcoin, plug them in. And if you don't think they'll resonate with me and we'll have no rapport with different generation, plug them into Saylor, plug them into Max Kaiser, whoever you want to show. Who do you think they'll resonate the most with? So, you know what I mean? If it's someone in their 40s, send them to JV. I got it. If it's someone that's a baby boomer, send them to Saylor, Kaiser, and they'll relate to them. You know what I mean? They have to build rapport to get trust. So yeah, I would just plug them into the podcast. Damn, thanks for your consideration of people over 70, says James. Cheers, James. JC Adams. Arg. Are you a pirate? What's your price you think Bitcoin will hit this halving? David asks, my range for a peak cycle high is between 222,000 and 500,000. So 222 would be my bear case scenario for cycle peak in 2025. My bull case, like double top style, I think 500,000 is as high as we'll go the cycle. And I'm not putting a top on it. Bitcoin has no top because fiat has no bottom, and anything is possible. We could hit $1 million this year. It's a possibility. Not saying it's probable, but it's possible. So, but that's just my speculation. Just sharing out loud with you guys. Tell me what you think. Shout out to JS 111211. I appreciate the sub. Half an ounce of nugget in a salmon stream last spring. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's what's up. Hopefully you caught some salmon alongside it. What's your hypothesis on what Bitcoin will drop to this dip for buying purposes? My hypothesis is that nobody can see this lyrical genius. I got it sewn like a seamstress. Shout out to Cannabis. That's an old bars from back in the day. I saw hypothesis and I had to say hypothesis. Yeah, I missed the free membership. It happens, JC, but many more will come. Don't worry. And again, if you want to pay for a membership, it's only $2.95. So it's worth it. So what's my prediction for a low? Man, I don't see us going lower than 38. I still think 40 can potentially hold, but at the rate we're going, I think we're going to test it. If we drop below 40 and that support's broken, to me, the next logical target would be 38. If 38 breaks, and then we'll talk 36, but I think we'll hold above 38. We'll see. Wow, Mal just said no one can predict Bitcoin's price, and 1 million was just fun. We covered that the other day on the show, but he's correct. It's true. Just because he says Bitcoin can go to $1 million in days to weeks after the ETF, that's true. Some of you misconstrue his words. He never said Bitcoin is guaranteed or Bitcoin will absolutely do this. So you got to understand the wording and how he phrases it to understand his prediction. Just as bears will say, Bitcoin's going to $12,000. Bulls have every right to say Bitcoin's going to $1 million. Bitcoin's more likely to go to 1 million than 12,000. What do you guys think? So don't get it twisted. I don't think Bitcoin will fall below 40,000 because Grayscale's average value per Bitcoin is 36.5. Good to note, Larry. Hopefully we hold at 40 Gs. Steady, lads. When's a good time to buy? I'm trying to get my average buy-in price lower. I'm at 37. I don't think you're going to be able to go lower, but anything's possible. If you're willing to risk it with the price going up and missing out, so be it. If we drop below 40, we'll bounce back up to 38.5 at the lowest. I don't even think we'll cross 39.5, says Mark. Group homie, family cannabis power. Yeah, cannabis was the man. Remember like 100 bars and all the classics? Cannabis 2000 BC? That was an epic album. Yeah. What a good time to buy. I'm trying to get my average buy-in price lower than 37. Got a freezer full of it. 5 cases of zipped canned in the cold storage. Nice. So you actually catch your own fresh salmon. That's the way to do it because they're not injected with hormones. Smart. Why buy the dip? And we buy the dip and hodl. Cheers. I mean, who else could GBTC sell any at unless they're already aware of this carousal pattern, right? What do you think, JV? I mean, why else would GBTC sell? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I just know what's reported on chain, family. I need packing a few bong hits. Do that up, Joe. Happy 420. Let's get it. That's crazy. I'm late for sure. Not that you're late. I'm extremely early today. Typically, I go live every day at 3 p.m., but every once in a while, we got to switch it up. So today we went live at 10 a.m. Eastern, which is extremely early for most of you guys. So appreciate you tuning in regardless. Moon prices will hit when the supply runs out, without a doubt. But anyways, family, appreciate you tuning in to the extra early live stream. Tomorrow we'll be back at the normal time at 3 p.m. Eastern, and this evening we'll be back. Every evening we do the edited version of the live. So if you don't know, here's what we do every day. So the live stream is typically 2 hours. We typically spend roughly 90 minutes on YouTube, and then we do the uncensored version of the show exclusively on Rumble for a 2-hour stream. Then we condense and edit the live stream and we premiere it in the evening, condensing it down to 30 minutes. So we'll be premiering the edited version of today's stream at 9 p.m. Eastern. I hope to see you there. That will be right here on YouTube. But now what we're going to do, everyone head on over to Rumble for the uncensored version of the show. If you're not familiar with Rumble, it's a video community. The difference, they respect the First Amendment and free speech. So I can speak freely without censorship. So if you want to hear uncensored JV, head on over to Rumble right now and let's get this mofo started. That's where the party truly begins. I look forward to seeing you on Rumble, and I'll see you guys later tonight on the tube. Deuces, fam. JV out.